blog review this week on Creation's Journey to Life, the blog called Beauty is Cruelty. The self-forgiveness statement that I'm going to focus on is the following. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to not realize that beauty is an attribute born from the self-interest of characterization that disregards life and does not recognize life as the only beauty that exists, allowing judgment to be born that ends in multifaceted cruelty that manifests and becomes character of abuse to others and self-abuse, purely based on the foundation of the idea that beauty is better. So it took me a little bit to get this point, and I'll just start with the first part, which is I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to not realize that beauty is an attribute born from the self-interest of characterization. What does that mean? It means that, as has been mentioned in many blogs and in my last video, this idea of the characters that we play, instead of being real human beings that are aware of the physical environment they live in and consider everything around them and consider themselves as part of the living systems around them, part of the whole and equal to the whole. Instead of that, we play out these characters as if we're all the stars of our own movie, and we basically spend a lot of our time in life chasing experiences, and chasing experiences dictates our entire lives and behavior. And meanwhile, every decision we make based on these characters who desire to have experiences are based on illusion and not based on physical, practical reality. They're based on something that's not real, and the consequences are that basically human behavior is insane, which it is. If you just look at the systems we've created as humanity, they don't make sense. We're annihilating ourselves. So that's how beauty is born, from the self-interest of characterization, because being a character is based in self-interest, and the beauty, the whole construct, is based in self-interest. That disregards life and does not recognize life as the only beauty that exists. So it's not to say that beauty doesn't exist, it's just to say that all life is beautiful, everything here is amazing, not what we're doing to it, and not how we're living, but life itself. But if you don't consider that all life is beautiful and only this part, like only this person's face or only this flower or whatever, you're basically placing more value on that thing. That's saying this thing is of more value and beauty than that thing, which is lesser. And I want to say, although that may seem innocent enough, but that's not innocent. It creates, I mean, if you bring up a child with that understanding and belief that it's okay to do that, to value something over another, and the child has that reinforced in him through media and society and culture and socialization for its entire life, then what you end up with is an adult who is capable of not considering another life form as the same value as something else for a reason as insane as beauty. So we have hundreds of millions, billions of people who are starving or suffering or just trying to survive, and we're able to disconnect from that like it's nothing, like we have nothing to do with that, and not even consider it or contemplate it. And that kind of leads to the next point. I mean, so how do we develop the ability to separate ourselves so much? It starts from that seed of being able to separate yourself through judgment and beauty and placing value on one part and not the other. So it's not innocent at all. So that kind of leads to my next point, which is that if you take activism and charities and those types of things, um, they can seem like they're doing a beautiful thing, and they can seem like they can be a reason to claim that humanity has this beauty and is fighting for or putting in an effort to correct humanity's outflows, consequences, mistakes, and that we are trying to do something about it, because look at all these charities who are doing beautiful things, and um, life can be seen as beautiful because you're able to put aside the obvious atrocities that are going on by using the excuse that, oh well, the charities are taking care of that, or, you know, PETA or Greenpeace is doing all these wonderful, amazing things, when if you really look at the reality of the situation, you see that not only do these charities and causes and organizations, not only are they not producing any kind of result that's best for all or that's changing anything systematic, but they also themselves are participating in systems of abuse, perpetuating everything we're doing. Unless the change is holistic and systematic, there will be no change. And we can try all we want to function and to make this system seem beautiful by doing all these supposedly beautiful and amazing things, but the truth is staring us right in the face, and that is that nothing's going to change. Nothing will change so long as we exist in the systems, particularly the economic and educational systems that we exist in, systems of competition and survival and religion, and but particularly the economic system, because that's what really creates the life or death inequality that we accept and allow. So um, that was my realizations from the blog I read, Creation's Journey to Life, Beauty is Cruelty. Thank you.